Have you used Canva before, and do you think Canva is just for worksheets? Well, think again. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 powerful ways you can use Canva to save time, boost engagement, and streamline your teaching to-do list. Plus, I've got 2 free templates that I'll be sharing with you in this session as well. Hey there teachers, welcome to Miss Estruch Teach Tell, the podcast where every week I dive into all the tips and tricks that make teaching life so much easier. Whether you're a veteran educator, an early career teacher learning the ropes, or balancing the classroom with being a busy parent, this will help you streamline your workload and bring a bit more balance to your life. You bring the coffee and I'll bring the teach and tell. Hey everyone, and welcome to Miss Estruch Teach Tell, the podcast that helps busy teachers save time, teach with impact, and still get out of school before sunset. I'm your host, Miss Estruch, or Katie, and today we're diving into the tool that I use almost every single day, which is Canva. And whether you are a total beginner and you've never heard of Canva before, or you're already designing like a pro using it, there are updates to the 2025 version of Canva, plus ways that you might not have thought of to use it before, that I'm going to go through with you in this podcast episode. But beforehand, quick coffee catch up, and actually disclaimer, in this one I'm not doing coffee, I'm going straight for the squash because I've got such a sore throat, which is either just from germs from being around my children who are 4, or it could be because I did far too much screaming and singing at the weekend because it was one of my friends' hen do. So one or the other, or both, but yeah, on the squash rather than coffee today. But as well as that, it is actually GCSE paper 1 today while I'm filming. So I've been doing lots of lives this morning and last night, so cramming in as much last minute support as possible, which I'm sure you've been doing for your classes as well in the lead up to this paper. But let's jump into the main content. I'm going to go through with you 5 ways to use Canva as a teacher in 2025. Starting with number 1, which is lesson slide templates. Now, if you already use PowerPoint, then you might not want to do this because in a way it is reinventing the wheel if you've already got something that works. But if you did want to have a new lesson that you don't already have created a PowerPoint version of, then using Canva can be great because you can actually use Canva's templates to create a whole deck of slides that you can then download and use as a PowerPoint. So it's a great way if you want to have a new aesthetic or theme or an easy way to make really visual and engaging PowerPoints, and this is a great thing to do if you are currently needing to make a new PowerPoint anyway. So you can have a slide with your title, your learning objectives, theories, questions, plenaries, you can add on timers, you can even add animations, and then it's so easy, you just click save and download it as a PowerPoint. So that's one really good use, using it to make your lesson slides and PowerPoints so that they're far more engaging and attractive than just your bog standard Word PowerPoint options. Number 2 is using it to design eye-catching revision resources and saving yourself loads of money in terms of the school's budget. You don't necessarily then have to go and buy actual companies' flashcards or mind maps or retrieval grids or knowledge organisers. You can make your own but make them look like they are professional from Canva. So you just go to your templates section, search flashcards, and you can see there's a whole range of flashcard templates there, or you can just have blank ones if you don't like to have any of the colour to make it cheaper to print, but you then just have to change the key term and put in the information. Or you can do mind maps. There are actual mind map templates so that you can either create one from scratch, like I've got here for biological molecules, where you put in the key information and then the lines will all connect to make it a visual mind map, or you can use a template where you have picked the way it will look and you're just changing the information. So there's loads of different things, and basically any activity you can think of that you would like to have a revision resource for, search it in the templates and it will be there. I am yet to find something not in Canva template that I wanted. And you can use these auto designs in just a few clicks, changing the text, and you've got a professional looking revision resource. Number 3 is creating professional displays in minutes. And yes, it is not teachers' responsibilities anymore to create displays. However, if you did want to have something stuck up by your board just to aid with learning, whether that is classroom rules or rules in the science lab, or even there are ready-made biology and other science-themed posters that you go into the templates and search for, and you can just double check the biology, make sure it's UK English, print it out, and you've now got a poster instead of having to buy one online or creating one. So I love this digestive system one, but there's loads more you can find in there. And not only that, you could use these posters as ways to display retrieval routines, literacy mats, visual reminders for tricky exam skills, and so much more to help your classroom feel calmer, clearer, and more cohesive. Number 4 is quick quick parent communication graphics. And this is one of the freebies I have linked to Parents Evening. You can actually click the link in the description below, and I've got a Parents Evening template. So I've already created it, you can edit it. So instead of having to go through the same information over and over and over, which I already have actually a podcast episode on, you can create this on Canva, give it to the students, parents as either a printout or email as a PDF, and you've got all the information that you need, and you can change it so it's branded with all your school logo and whatever it might be. And you can even include QR codes. So if you are recommending a particular revision guide, then you can get the QR code, put that on this as well, to make it as easy as possible for parents to be able to access resources and information that you want them to have available in case that message isn't getting through to them from the students taking that information home. And number 5 is creating student-friendly templates for projects and presentations. And here's an example here that if you did want to do some like creative newspaper articles, so you're getting in a bit of the science there, maybe some research, knowing how to reference, as well as literacy skills, you could create the template or just direct them to the template so they can then make it themselves. So then they're going to basically be doing the same information. In this example, I did like stem cell research, but there's something about it like visually looking more exciting like that students get more engaged with, and they put in more effort, and it just makes it more interesting than saying write a paragraph on stem cells. And this was just one idea where I looked for a newspaper article, but it could be anything. You could ask them to create a poster and just have a look through the templates available of what it could be, so that students can then make their work look more presentable, and they're more likely then to put in a bit of effort. So those are my 5 top tips of how you can use Canva in 2025. All of those are available on the free version. Some of the templates will be the paid version, so pro, but I have actually got a link in the description as well, because if you are a teacher, there is an education version you can get for free. So a quick reminder then of what the quick win of the week was. I have an editable Parents Evening information guide that I made in Canva as a template that you can download for free, linked below. And my resource roundup, which is the second freebie of this podcast episode, is I've actually put together a free 1-page PDF summarizing everything I just went through. So if you don't remember it, then you can just download that for free, linked below as well. But that is it for today's episode, the updated version of the Canva one that I did a couple of years ago, reminding you of the uses and also some new additions that they've added for 2025. So I hope you found that helpful and you're inspired to go and give Canva a go, particularly checking out the whole range of templates that they have there to stop you faffing around with PowerPoint, and just to give you a bit of a refresh to some of the resources you might be using. So that is it for this week. I'll see you next week for more tips and tricks. You bring the coffee and I'll bring the teach and tell.